I hope you're all having a great day. I wanted to talk to you about something that I see a lot of people have questions around, and that is your ICA, or that's short for your ideal client. So, what I think is really interesting about this is that in the last, I don't know, 5 or so years, I've seen so many workbooks. Obviously, I've had one. I love workbooks and different kinds of things that talk about your ideal client, but they don't really get into why it matters. And so it's a lot of surface level things about identifying who that person might be. So if you are listening to this or listening to the replay and you have also had some trouble identifying your ideal client, I would love for you to put a 1 in the comments. So, yes, your ideal client is important, but as many of you have probably seen, it's quite, usually the kind of questions when they talk about identifying who that might be revolve around what age they are, more fun stuff like where do they shop and those kind of things. And while that's not useless information, it's not the heart of what really matters, and it doesn't give you any clear direction about who you are supposed to be talking to. And more than that, why? What do you do with that information? Once you've figured out who your ideal client is, how do you actually use that to grow your business? Because I hear a lot of people say, well, I just need to identify who my ideal client is. And that's our brain's way of saying, I think I know what my problem is, and this is probably the solution, but it really goes much deeper than that. So I wanted to just share a conversation I had yesterday. I thought was a really good context around ideal clients. So the person that I spoke with yesterday, she has a business and she just started selling Monet. So the Monet is a hair product, and it's really to help people who struggle to have beautiful hair, much better than the mane and tail that I think my friends and I used to buy at Walmart when we were trying to grow out our hair and make it longer and lush and all those kind of things. And so we were talking about how to market your business on Facebook. So using Facebook groups beyond just putting up a post and having people be like, "Ugh, gross, I hate MLMs, those kind of things." Because I've seen a lot of backlash about MLMs. But the problem is that you have to know who you're selling to so that you're actually able to sell. So the thing is that most people believe that nobody wants to be sold to. This is false. This is not true. And I'm going to give you a really good example to illustrate my point. If you go to Macy's and you're going in Macy's and you're going to buy a specific thing, like a pair of shoes. So you've got to go to the store, you're on the hunt for a specific pair of shoes, it's got to match something, you're in a hurry. Like, think about it like that kind of situation back in the day when people had places to go. If you walk in and people start spraying perfume on you and trying to get you to like try some makeup and stuff like that, you're going to be annoyed, right? Because you didn't come there for makeup. You don't care about their perfume. You came in for a specific problem that you had to solve, which is like, I've got 30 minutes to find a pair of shoes, go with this dress so I can get to this wedding this weekend. You don't want to hear about that. So if you go in and you get sprayed at the perfume counter and people are like trying to get you to makeup and you don't want that, you're annoyed. If you then go to the shoe department to look for those shoes and you've got 30 minutes to find something and nobody makes eye contact with you or comes over and says, hey, can I help you find something? You're going to be really annoyed, right? And the reason why is because people always want to be sold to, but only if it applies to the problem that they're trying to solve. So the thing that you need to know about your ideal client is, what problem are they trying to solve? And the more that you can niche in on that, and the more that you can think about how that problem is unique to them, the more ready they're going to be to buy from you, the more ready they're going to be to work with you, and you're going to know exactly where those people are. So in the illustration that I was sharing about the person that I spoke with yesterday who sells hair products, I was like, okay, so the people who buy your products, they have a problem to solve, and it has to deal with hair growth and hair quality. Who is affected by the problem of hair growth and hair quality? That would be people, women, I'll just focus on women that are going through menopause and they're having that kind of like initial hair loss. Women who have had a baby, and so if any of you have had a baby, you know that kind of comes with the territory most of the time. It could be a little, it could be a lot, but you're going to have some hair loss, hair quality. Women that are in their 40s, they usually experience some thinning of the hair. So, and then there's the people that maybe just don't have amazing hair. So those are the people that have the problem that you solve. So then you want to think, where are those people going to show up? So think about the new mom, for example. If you want to use Facebook groups to reach out to people to start creating relationships, then you want to get in some of those new mom groups, because I bet that they're talking about those kind of things, right? If there are groups for people who are really trying to get more information around hormones, those are going to be your people. You would want to show up there and have those kinds of conversations. So yes, it's great if you can imagine, like, this is my ideal client and this is her name and this is where she shops and this is what she likes to do. That's great, but that's not really giving you the application of that. It's not really giving you the deeper information, which is what you really need to know. So the main thing that you really need to know about your client is the exact problem that they're trying to solve. So let's just go through maybe another example. Let's say that the problem that you solve is people who want to use Pinterest to grow their business. Okay, so that is the problem is that people want to grow their business, but the way that you're doing it is people who want to use Pinterest. So your clients feel like, I want to grow my business, and my problem is that I don't know how to use Pinterest, because Pinterest is the thing that's going to solve my problem. So then when you say, okay, well, who are the people that I want to do this for? Are they podcasters? Are they coaches? Are they designers? And the more you niche in, the more you know where they are. So think about it. Like, where are these people trying to get answers to their problem? Because wherever they're trying to find an answer, that's where I need to be, because I have the solution. And the more specific that you can be about that, the better. So we could go on and talk about, relationship building and funnels and all of that good stuff, but specifically staying on topic to what you need to know about your client. And the reason why is that you've got to know what is the number one problem that your client is looking to solve, because when you know that, then you know where they're going to be looking for an answer to that problem. You know where they're going to be showing up, which is great, but where are they showing up and trying to find an answer? Because wherever that is, that's where you want to be. So I hope that helps a little bit with people that are kind of struggling with who their ideal client is. Those worksheets are fine, don't get me wrong. I probably have some questions like that on some of my older ones, but I'm really focused on the specifics, and knowing what their problem is and where they're trying to find that answer is going to take you so much further, and actually being in the right place in the right time and selling to people that want to be sold to, right? Because we all want to be sold to, but it's the thing that we want, right? And so you just have to show up in the right place with the thing that they actually want.